What's up, everyone? I hope you're doing well and staying positive during these turbulent times. We've seen some crazy price action lately. Happy Valentine's Day to everyone for yesterday, and shout out to Magic Eden. I didn't have much staked on their platform, but I was seriously surprised when my phone went ting and I received some Magic Eden. Proper airdrop, no claim necessary. So thank you to them for supporting their stakers. It's always good to see projects giving back to the community that support them. So today I wanted to go over a basic Meteora pool guide and how you can utilize their pools and the DLMM positions to earn fees on various tokens that you hold. I would say this is a lower risk than buying random meme coins and holding them. But there is always risk involved. Should price drop drastically, it will drop below your range and you will get stuck with one side of your pool, and if the price drops further, you might suffer a loss on the position. So should you be using more volatile pairs, keep an eye on the position. As a beginner, I would suggest doing something like a Sol USDC pool just to get the hang of it, because getting stuck with Sol or USDC isn't the end of the world. So here you can see all the various pools. Total value locked is a good way to go over it, and 24-hour volume. So the 24-hour fees is something you can look at, and it can play a role in what positions you open. But keep in mind, like this percent, 865% over here, that's not actually earning that. That just means they've taken out a lot of the total value locked. So the fees are disproportionate to how much the value is locked. Which can happen if someone adds volume, the 24-hour fees is going to be lower than the total value locked, so your percent will be low on the other side. So keep that in mind when looking at these percentages. They're not always 100% accurate. But for the first pool, let's go have a look at this. The first thing people get confused by is the bin steps. So that's just essentially the price difference between each bin in your pool, and you can have a maximum of 69 bins. So with a bin step of 10, that's 10 basis points. With a bin steps of 80, that's 0.8% per pool. So for 69 bins, if you use a bin step of 80, I think you get a range of about 50%. If you're doing a bin step of only 4, you get about 2.6% price range. Now you could set up multiple positions with a bin step of 4 to cover a larger range, but also earn fees on the smaller volatility. Now, for something like Sol USDC, a smaller bin step could work, but when using a meme coin, go for something that's 100, 150 bin step, especially if it's very volatile, because you don't want it to go out of your range and then you're not earning fees anymore, whether it's the upside or the downside. So I want to just go here, let's do a bin step of 4 so we can see the volatility. So here's the pool at the top here. I'm sure that'll be covered by my NFT. It says 1.57 total 24-hour fee divided by total value locked. That's just what you could possibly earn should your position stay in range for 24 hours. Here you've got how much value is locked within this specific pool. The bin step, the base fee. So that's the lowest fee that you could earn. If volume spikes, it can climb. So the max fee is 10%. So this dynamic fee is what's currently being earned. As you can see, volume's not too high. It's dropped off quite a lot over here. Here you can see the daily volume. It's dropped off, so you're not earning more than 0.04%, which is all right. This is just an example position. And I don't mind getting stuck with USDC or Sol. So over here, we can go to add position. Should you want to have a look here, you can, it shows you this pool's chart on Dex Screener, Dex Schools, GMGN. Shout out to GMGN. I'll add my referral link in the description. It's great to do various checks should you be investing on wallets, as well as what's going on within the token. It checks the Twitter renames, all that sort of thing. Metlex is also good. This can be used to find pools that are performing well, but I'll show you a bot that I've been using when I do want to have a look at what pools are doing what. Now over here, you've got this autofill option. you can leave that blank and say, let's go 0.05. It's going to add a one-sided pool of SOL. So here you've got the SOL, and as the price climbs each bin step, it's going to be selling my SOL for USDC. So over here you'll see your USDC value climbing. Now this is where you can suffer the impermanent loss or not, because should you just hold it and it goes, what's the max range? 199.95. So if you just held, say, 5 SOL and you sold it all out doing this and you didn't earn much fees and the price goes to 210, you've technically lost because you sold your SOL for cheaper than you could have. But now if you go set price, if you go here and you add some dollars, then should the price drop below this, you're stuck with SOL and the value of SOL's dropping. Obviously, I'm not too concerned with the value of SOL dropping drastically at this point. We've had quite a lot of bear traps recently, but I still feel this bull run is going to be a little different to previous ones. There's too much traditional finance coming into the space and people realizing what can be done with this technology. So with this pair, you're fairly safe. Should you have quite a volatile pair on this side, you will, or on the SOL side of things, you'll land up. So this is where all my SOL is. This is where all my USDC is. So if it drops below range and you're in something like, I don't know, let's say Vine. I had a pool going with Vine and the price keeps dropping. You might have been better off as it drops below your range to close the position and sell everything, which would have been the case with me because my fees were more than what I lost with the price dropping. So that's something to keep in mind if you're in quite a volatile position. You could also, if you have belief the token's going to bounce back, just wait and have your position get back into range and earn some more fees as it climbs. You can close it, add a new position, or just sell. So here you've got, I'm going to just set the autofill so it fills both sides equally. So you've got spot, which puts equal amounts in each bin on all sides of your thing. The slider is a new thing. I haven't played around with it, but it's quite cool. So you can adjust where you have your position, so to say. So if you want more, to buy more than sell, if you don't want to just go one-sided, you can do it around here, and then it will buy SOL as the price drops and sell it as the price climbs. A curve strategy puts most of your liquidity near the center, near the current price, or near where your slider is, which is, I love this function. It adds a lot more customizability to your pool, which wasn't possible before they added that. You had to do it from current price. So I quite like this, where you can move your pool around. So the curve adds it mostly in the center. So should the price drop, you didn't buy too much here, you didn't sell too much here. So this is ideal for positions that are quite stable. So you capture that small price movement near the center. Then a bid ask is better for something that's quite volatile, and should you have some concern that it might drop below your range, or you want to sell for more than what the price is currently at. So here you'll sell most of it when it's gone up by 1%. This is a very small bin step, so as you can see, we've got a range of 2.6% we can play with. And if it goes down, most of your liquidity is over on this side. I did the Meteora bootcamp. The delay on this video was actually me waiting for my NFT, but that's still not arrived, so I'm just waiting on that. So let's do a bid ask of this, and I want to go. I don't want to sell my SOL so much, but I don't have much USDC, so let's go 50-50 roughly. Okay, so let's do that. Now keep in mind, to open the positions, you've got to pay this position rent, but it's refundable. If you are opening a pool that does not exist yet, like there are no bins set up for that, which I wouldn't recommend for a beginner, because you might be opening a pool somewhere where the price range might not get to. For instance, Hollow, I've been wrecked on that by holding it. But initially there was no pool, so I just waited for someone else to create it, pay the fees, and then I just added mine within the pool, so I got a refundable thing. But if you add a new pool, you're going to have fees that are not refundable. So please have a look at that. I see the fee is 0.06 Sol now to open a pool. So I'm going to click add liquidity just to show you guys how this all works. So you confirm the transaction complete. So now we've created a position that's in range 191 to 196. I'm hoping Sol does some nice upward movement, but can't be too sure. So now I want to add a little bit more, which is what I usually do. If I want to have a position of 0.1 Sol, I'll add half as a spot just so I capture everything, and half as a bid ask. So I have most of my liquidity on the ends of the range should it go towards that and I need to sell, or I get, if I need to sell it because it's below range, I'll not lose too much because most of my liquidity bought in those lower bins. And if it spikes, I will get some decent, I'll get a better return than if it was all in spot because most of my liquidity was sold on the upper end of the range. I had a decent position with size from about 200 to 210 roughly when it spiked to that 300. So you can imagine I was a bit sore. The price spiked, so I was left with just USDC in my pool, and I watched Sol go to 300. So that was a bit of impermanent loss with the price going on the upside, which isn't terrible because I still made money on the fees and the price going up slightly, but it was only a couple percent versus a nice 50% gain. So let's add this. I don't have enough USDC, so I'm going to turn autofill off and just put what I've got left. So there you can see it's got a slightly different, my USDC value is not adding by as much as my Sol value is, but let's add liquidity there. So now you can see your total liquidity at this point. You can keep the MetaX tracker when you close the position. It gives quite a nice breakdown of the USD value of your position when you added liquidity, fees earned and everything, and it gives you a total of what you've earned or lost. Otherwise, you need to do it on an Excel spreadsheet, which can always be good. Journaling is always nice. So yeah, we've got the position. It's got just less than 0.1 Sol and $18. Now, as the price moves between this, we're going to be earning fees. This video is obviously going to be a bit too short to show, but I'll leave this open and see what fees we can earn. Now, I want to go and show you guys this cool bot. This is Starseed AI. I got beta access. It wasn't difficult to get it, so I'm sure if you guys check it out, I'll add the link to the Discord in the description, and you can have a look, play around. Honestly, I've not found it too accurate, especially with the newer pools. So you've still got to have your own wherewithal to check risk, to check if the price is going to be tanking or climbing. I often like to find the top of a token and add a one-sided Sol pool. So should the price keep going up, I've still got my Sol. Should the price drop and bounce back, I've earned some fees. If it keeps dropping, you suffer impermanent loss, which is not great. So let's say Starseed AI, what are the top performing pools in the last hour? Now this bot's quite nice because it gives you the ideal price range. So here's, I've never even heard of this token. I've not been in the trenches too much. I've been playing around on the dev side, I would say, kind of dev side. So here's the CA. Let's go check it out. Let's see what else is performing well. Trump USDC, this seems to be staying quite high. People are earning good fees with that still. This Bo9J. Now, if you've heard of a token and you know it's pumping, or you've bought a token because you wanted to pump, you can just go throw it in a pool and DCA out as it climbs. you'll earn less returns than if it spikes ridiculously above your range. But it's safer than should the price tank. You've earned a little fees along the way. So we've copied the CA here. Let's go put it into GMGN. Oh, that's Libra. Lol. I saw this yesterday. I didn't buy any, but I did see this yesterday. So this GMGN, it's quite cool. It gives you a slight rug probability. This person's made like 2,000 tokens. So as you can see, the prices dropped drastically. So I'm not going to even bother entering this pool because the volumes died down. Most of the volume was quite a while ago. This is a nice indicator to add. It's the wrong button. Volume profile visible range. It's a nice thing to add because you can see where most of your volume is happening within the visible range of your chart. Now you see over here, let's go zoom into just this range. So here's the chart. You can see most of volume's going here. So it's more or less, I'd say it's at the bottom of this where most of the volume's happening. I don't see this succeeding long term, to be totally honest. So I'm not going to be entering a position in that. Let's see what some of the other ones is. It's funny that this didn't pick up the correct name. Could enter a Trump pool, but let's see. I don't know how Melania and Trump are still like the winners. Okay, here's a decent one. Let's have a look. ARC. I don't know, I've seen that around quite a lot. See, that's also in the drop. Oh, the dev's selling, just like it. Whoever's holding this, I feel sorry for you. Any AI project where the dev sells, you've got to be slightly concerned. But yeah, this, I'm actually not going to enter any risky pools. We've got our little soul pool open over here. There's the basics explained. What are these pools earning? So you see, these 999% pools, they've all had their liquidity taken out. So you can't judge the fees by that. That's already on the downside. You want something that's still quite popular. Let's do a dupe soul position because I dig dupe. Or Magic Eden actually. Let's go Magic Eden. So bin step of 20, that'll give fairly decent range, I guess. And there was that massive airdrop yesterday, so people might be selling out. So let's do this. Swap it to Sol ME. Add 0.05. And I want to add, not all my ME, but let's say 20. That's going to DCA out too much. Just again. So now that'll buy Magic Eden, and that's going to sell Magic Eden at a spot rate. So if we go have a look at what it's sitting at now. I love this. The Twitter rename of ME, like it's like, yeah, it's a rug. So this already dropped quite drastically. I don't see it dropping too much more, but we can add a little in the pool. I want to actually do a bid ask. So let's do a bid ask, so to buy and sell. And you see this, so a bin step of 20 covers a range of about 13.6% with your 69 bins. You can obviously lower it and have most of your liquidity closer to the price and have less bins, or you can just cover the max range and leave it to earn. So this is earning 3.5%. So let's actually do the standard method, 0.05, add liquidity, and then I'm going to do a bid ask as well. I've not been DLMing lately. I've been sort of out the trenches focusing on getting token launches and helping other people launch their tokens. Then 0.05 with a bid ask. So now we've got that step there just because I didn't use the autofill function, so my values weren't aligned, so to say. And then, so now you've got your pool set up. You can sit and watch it, but in a sol pool and an ME sol pool, like, I'm not too concerned with how the price moves. I don't mind selling some of this ME, so if the price goes up and it sells, I'm happy with the fees earned. If it buys a little bit, I'm happy holding ME long term. So this is a pool that you can be fairly comfortable with just leaving. Now here's my portfolio. Let's have a look. I don't know what I got in this wallet. I think I got major pool. So I've got a major, not a DLMM. I just added liquidity to the dynamic pool because I don't want to sell out should the price spike or go down. So that's down quite a bit. But so these dynamic pools, you earn fees. It's obviously a lot lower than should your liquidity be concentrated because this is covering the range of the whole pool. And it sells out and buys sol and major as the prices go up and down, but it covers a much larger range than these dynamic pools. Then I've got this Gobi sol pool, which I started a long time ago and I should have probably closed it because that's quite a hard loss at the moment, but I'm just leaving it to cook and see what it does. So yeah, you can view all your positions. If it's in green, it's still in range. If it's yellow, then it's out of range and you're not earning fees on it. You're still earning met points. Should they do that airdrop, you'll earn some points. We had 21 minutes here, so I'm going to start wrapping up. That was the basics. Another thing to keep in mind, don't swap with this swap function is something I learned in the boot camp because that swaps you within this pool and you might get a better price on another pool. So there's this little button down here. It might be cancelled out by me. I don't know if it's over here or over here. So you click this little button and it allows you to swap the token with Jupiter and aggregate the best price possible. So yeah, you can see the price isn't moving too much. We're chilling here around the 194. It's gone down a little bit. So as you can see, what's it doing? So it's gone down a little bit. So it's actually bought some sol and sold some USDC. But now we've earned in the probably 10 minutes since this has been live $0.001. So this isn't going to earn you crazy fees. As you can see, it's the potential is 1.5 at this current volume, and with what I've got locked in here, it's 0.6% per 24 hours. So if you manage to keep your positions in range, it's not your 300%, 500%, 10x's that you get trenching, but you've got a much more relaxed sort of position. Like I don't need to sit here stressing if the price tanks because then I'm going to be left with sol. If the price skyrockets, I'm going to be left with dollars. So you don't have to worry too much about it. Now, if you're in a more volatile, risky position, keep your eye on it. You can have a look through here, go and check through what's earned the most fees and play around. A cool thing to do if you do buy a meme coin, keep half in your trenching wallet, send half into a pool so it DCAs out and earns fees along the way. Pick a decent range so you're not selling for 2%. Get something that's a bin step of like 100. So you get about a 50% gain if it climbs. And if it doesn't climb, you're just left with the token you were holding anyway. And if it drops to a certain point, close the position and sell out. So that's what we got going on. Let's go check that ME pool. I'm going to end this off. I want to just give a shout out to Soul Card and my own project. So if you're still watching this, thanks very much. If there's anything I missed, I covered the Starseed AI, I covered these basic things. So this ME pool has probably earned more fees than the Sol USDC pool. It's 3.7% on your 24-hour fees. Now that's quite low considering some of these new hype tokens. If you get in as the project sort of starts and you get in at a good range that you're not going to suffer too much loss should the price drop. And obviously the bid ask helps with this because most of your liquidity is on the low end. You can actually earn more fees than the price dropping, because some of them I've earned like 100% within 24 hours. So if you earn 100% and the price drops by 20%, you're still in the profit, which is why this has slightly less risk than just straight up buying the token or selling it. Then shout out to SoulCard. I've been bull posting these people, and I shared a video when they just launched. Their first cards were great. They worked for online purchases, but they didn't work IRL. You couldn't get your basic things. So I was using it for online purchases and takeaways that I could order online with, but I couldn't buy anything in person like petrol. But they released a new card that works with Apple Pay, and I can say I've successfully bought groceries, petrol, takeaways, cigarettes, everything I needed, and loaded up with SolC or USDC, USDT. So I'll add a link. If you do sign up, make sure to use my referral code. I will really appreciate it. If you're going to sign up, you may as well give some kickbacks. It costs you nothing, and I earn a referral fee, which is always helpful. So when you do sign up, go here and you add a wallet. Make sure to get the Visa one. So the MasterCard one works online and it costs you $5. But the Visa one works on Apple Pay, Google Pay, and it works in most places. I've only had one place where it didn't work, and I realized that was likely due to the card machine service provider. But everywhere else I've had success. And the issuance fee of this is $18, which isn't that much considering how much we lose trading and playing around with this game. To be able to off-ramp your crypto with no KYC, I think it's a $10,000 per month limit without KYC. Absolutely stunning. And if you haven't already, make sure to check out, let me go here, get some SolC tokens. If you have over 50,000 SolC tokens, you weekly get a rev share on the fees that they've earned through deposits. Price is down quite badly now. I've been holding this thing since it was at its all-time high. I bought some more at 2 million, which I was quite happy I did, because now it's at 2.6. It's obviously down with the recent movement. Let's go to an hour chart. So you can see we're down quite a bit from this all-time high at 4.5 million. So it's down to 2.6. Good time to buy if you haven't bought already. Get yourself 50,000 and passively earn. I can't remember what the last time I calculated the yearly return was, but it's decent. You get some SolC sent to your wallet every week, which is a win. And then my baby, Noble Network. I am proud of this. It's years in the making. I started it with creating NFTs for my own brands, not even collections, my own real world brands, Noble Extracts and Noble Genetics, which provide benefits and extras to those that support the brand by buying an NFT. They get real world benefits within the existing brands. So that was just to show people that the way we were using NFTs, I launched in 2022, the way they were being used then was not sustainable. And I hope to help brands integrate this technology to their brands and help people utilize crypto, because I absolutely love what blockchain technology allows. You look at how Magic Eden's rewarding their supporters, and they're probably still in the profit, even though they're giving away millions. I love that potential. I love being able to give kickbacks. If you're an artist, imagine being able to give kickbacks to the people that actually bought your album. If that's a musical artist. If you're a physical artist, imagine doing NFT collections linked to physical pieces that possibly provide discounts on future physical pieces bought. There's something to be said about the authentication of an asset, as well as the provenance, the price history, the ownership history. It's It's all on the blockchain. It cannot be changed. So that's where Noble Network comes into it. I hope to help many people launch a token, integrate payment gateways, just get involved in crypto, whether it's personally or with their brands. So yeah, Noble Network is a pioneering group, just Bob at the moment, dedicated to innovation development community. Our mission is to raise awareness and promote the adoption of Web3 and crypto technology. NFT collections on the Solana blockchain granting holders benefits within the brands, with the token network launching soon. So that's coming up. We've got the community mostly active on Telegram, but there aren't too many people in it, I'm not going to lie. But it's just a couple people and they're all fairly solid. So you can join the DAO by buying yourself some network. Currently going through a pre-sale at the moment, which there hasn't been too much interest from the crypto space, which I understand. I'm a small fish in the space. But I will dedicate my life to making Noble Network worth something. And whatever revenue is generated within my personal brands, as well as the Web3 space through the Noble Network brand, will go towards the Noble Network project and the DAO. So here we've got services, brand and business integration. That's just if you need help integrating your brand into this technology. If you know nothing about crypto, I'd be happy to help. Investment guidance. I'm not the best trader, but if you are looking to invest in crypto, I can advise certain portfolio options that suit your risk and give you some exposure to this space. And then Web3 project advice. I recently helped a project launch a token with a custom contract address, which was quite cool to do. And I was honored to be able to help. So I would love to do a lot more of that in the future. So if you've got a project, you need to launch a token, you need any sort of advice with how to get your project going, drop me a message, hit me up. I would love to help, especially if I feel the project has good potential. If you want to launch a meme coin to rug a bunch of people, which someone actually asked about that in my chat the other day, there's no chance in hell I'm going to be helping you launch that token. If it's to do something proper and contribute to the ecosystem, I'd be happy to provide. If you own network tokens, I'd be happy to help free of charge. Obviously, if you're not a part of the Noble Network, there will be some costs involved in any advice or services rendered. So this is the Noble Network token. This is just a basic design for now. I do look at getting a more hand-drawn. This was done by an AI. It got the concept that I wanted down, but I do look at getting more of a hand-drawn feel to it. And I wanted to do NFTs to reward the people that bought the pre-sale, but there weren't too many people. There weren't actually anyone that bought the pre-sale from the crypto space. So I'm holding off on that for now. There's still a week to go, so if you're still watching this 33 minutes in, drop me a message, let me know, we can discuss. I can tell you sort of what my plans are. You can check the website out as well. This isn't going to be a pump and dump. You're not going to make 100% profit in the first week. This is something that it's going to be like owning shares in a brand such as Google or Meta or something like that. This is something that I will dedicate my life to, and it's going to be my magnum opus. It will be the picture that I paint with my life. And should that picture hold any value within reality, best believe network is going to be what reflects that. So I'm going to be providing liquidity on Meteora. It looks like most of it's going to be out of my pocket, so the liquidity is not going to be too deep. There will be tokens available for over-the-counter deals to avoid any price impact should someone want to buy a large percentage. So benefits of owning network is help shape the future of blockchain technology, get involved, help me bring this project to reality, whether that's just sharing a post, to be honest, or contributing some of your skills, whatever you're good at, bring it to the network. I appreciate any and all support, whether it's free or costs you a lot of money. I look at the legend that bought me this microphone and the camera as that was a great contribution to the Noble Network project. He's not been online a lot recently. I hope he's not totally left crypto space. It's been rough the last couple of years, I won't lie. But I'll definitely be airdropping him a little because he supported the brand. So eventually, once we've got a decent amount of holders, I do want to set up a DAO where we vote on what we invest in, what projects we help, um, all that sort of thing. I will reward loyalty, so best believe there's allocations for those that hold long term. Free website hosting, I thought that would be a cool thing for me to add. So anyone that has over 500,000 network tokens, I'll give you a free website. Obviously, if you hold 1 million, I'll give you 2 free websites. And that's just hosting, domain costs, and all that. That'll play a role, but you just cover the costs of that. I won't be making money on people that are part of the Noble network. And yeah, just supporting the project, potential long-term growth. I do see this going up within my lifetime. I think anyone that launches a token saying the price is going to go down for the rest of my lifetime shouldn't be launching a project. But I do believe I've got something to contribute towards this space, and Noble Network will represent that. So currently we've got 15% available for pre-sale. Liquidity will be 10%. That just the current rough estimate based on should I get some interest in the pre-sale. Obviously 50% of the supply is locked up for 3 years. So that 10%'s deeper liquidity than 10% because circulating supply is a lot lower. They are vested for, I was considering like releasing every quarter, but I might just do a full lock for 3 years, especially for the team allocation. For the brand expansion and over-the-counter deals, those will be vested quarterly over the 3 years. And yeah, there's a bit about the design. You can go check all this out if you'd like. It's on noblenetwork.com, network without the O. Yeah, shout out for watching. If there's anything I didn't cover on this, see there the price dropped a little bit. So we've earned 0.004 cents so far while the video has been playing. Obviously not crazy returns. We picked some fairly safe pools for this video. I'm not in the mood to lose too much. I invested in Hollow and I DCA'd quite heavily. And the price has just gone down, so I've lost about 1.5 SOL there. So I'm just trying to stay away from risk, focus on steady, reliable gains, you know. So yeah, we've got a bit more fees earned, not too much, but a little something in the bank. If it stays in this range for another 24 hours, we'll earn 1%. But shout out for watching. If you're still watching this, it went on a little longer than I'd expected. But that's the basics. I don't know what else. So just think of it as DCAing out. This purple's your SOL, this blue's your USDC, whatever pair you got, that'll be the match. You can play around with bid asks. If there's anything you're unsure about after this video, drop me a message. I'd be more than willing to help. Join the Telegram, chat up there. Need more solid people in that chat, I won't lie. But peace out. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of the day.